This is third down and 6, kind of an unusual personnel grouping, I think, at least as far as I've seen for the Ravens during this game. They are in dime personnel. They've got 6 DBs on the field. This is a coverage known as cover 1 cross. This is where we show cover 2 pre-snap, where they have the safety away from the running back, rotate down, play the sticks. Chiefs in a 2-by-2 formation. You do get the feeling when watching Kelce that he's reading grass all the time, that he has the option to run option or choice routes all the time. He's our inside slot receiver. He's really running a cross here, but you can see that the coverage played by Kyle Hamilton takes that away, at which point Kelce kind of runs this little bender. You get a post from the outside receiver. He falls down on this route. My question here is with how Starks in the middle of the field plays this route. Certainly looks to me as if Wiggins is funneling this route back. It appears that we do have Kelce covered, and still we see the middle of the field safety kind of float and drift, not only wider but deeper. Again, I think Kyle's expecting middle of the field help here from Starks. That's where I believe he should be based on this route distribution. Ball's deflected at the line of scrimmage. Interesting in that we see on third down a pretty good little group of pass rushers here. You see this big or this long stick. They ask him to come outside. I suppose in part that is to hold Mahomes within the pocket, but that does take a while to get home. As far as the Ravens' personnel groupings in terms of the guys they have getting after the quarterback, this is a pretty good quartet, I would say. When I say it's a good quartet, I mean specifically for the Ravens team. I don't mean that in a general league-wide sense. You'll see on this play that the quarterback has way too much time to kind of scan from his left to his right. He's very comfortable in the pocket here. This conversion on 4th down and 2 by the Chiefs bothered me in terms of the way that the Ravens played it. I think the Chiefs are playing right to their tendency, which is to run these rubs or interferences down at the bottom of our screen. And my opinion is that the Ravens should have had an in-out or banjo call here that would have taken this away on the outside. Instead, they have man everywhere he goes. You can see Wiggins thoroughly committed to the route by the outside receiver here. And that's just too much work for Marlon to have to come across and over the top there to get at that route. The thing that really disturbs me is that they don't have this lined up in advance. They don't see this as a Chiefs tendency, lining up the protection, moving the quarterback, running a pick. That's what it is. That's what the Chiefs do. No question about it. But the Ravens, in my opinion, should be ready for that. That should be discussed well in advance of the Chiefs game. They take that away right here, call that switch. Wiggins is going to jump the outside most receiver, taking that route away. And Humphrey stays inside. I think it's just another case of the Ravens not being prepared. And this is something live I saw before it happened. This is the call just before that 4th and 2 conversion. So this is 3rd down and 2. They're trying to set up this back fast to the flat here. They're in a double tight formation to this side. Ravens are all mugged up here. Interestingly, they have 3 inside linebackers in the game. Trenton Simpson, Roquan Smith, and Teddy Buchanan. You can see that the Chiefs, again, are trying to convert here by running some form of interference out of this double tight formation, making the climb over the top far too difficult for Buchanan. I think this is on the quarterback here, puts the ball behind the back, and the Ravens are fortunate to get a drop here instead of the conversion on this particular down. I don't know if there should be a peel call here. That is to say, if you get a push call or a fast back to the flat, the linebacker or the outside linebacker, in this case Oweh, will peel off. The Ravens end up just rushing 3 here, which is interesting. So the peel call when you rush three, probably not a great option. I think in a perfect world, there is an accounting for this formation, this personnel, and the down and distance, and you have something built in inherently to this call to cover a back fast to the flat and then switch responsibilities underneath. This makes me again consider, or I guess miss that third safety and dime look. From the front side, this pressing of the B gap here by Roquan and then bailing out. You see the same thing out of Simpson here on the opposite side. Does kind of occupy the right guard. And you see a great little move by Mike Green. Just that jab step outside, swat, swim. And if you have accounting, let's say, for the back fast to the flat, you're going to get a hit on the quarterback here. This is a 1st and 10 call. I believe it's directly on the heels of the deep conversion versus Marlon Humphrey. Chiefs 3-by-1, 3 to the field. That is to say the wide side. And then a singled up receiver to the bottom of our screen. They end up taking a shot to this side. The Chiefs are going to run a spacing concept. Typically, the quarterback's going to read ball route, mini curl, then check down. It's quite possible, and we'll look at it from the other side, that Mahomes is reading the curl, the ball route, and then takes the shot deep. Looks like the receiver has a step. This is a poach style coverage to this side. Again, they're worried about 3 crossing. You can see Hamilton kind of leave Wiggins on his own. Once again, we see Buchanan having to kind of fight through some trash to get to the flat. The Chiefs taking less of a concern to screen him, if you will.